Well, hello everybody. So, as promised, I got something different besides just some store-bought Transformers. I have in front of me Mech Fan Toys Sharkticons, which are supposed to be an oversized version of the Titans Return Sharkticons. And as you can see, it has 3 of them in there because I have them all nicely placed out here. And well, before we get into them, let's look at this. So here we have some nice ripped off artwork on the front. Yeah. And on the side we have some more ripped off artwork. And on the bottom we have a product shot. And on the side we have a product shot there and a product shot there. And on the back we have some stuff that I cannot read. But basically it's product shots. So there we go. And then we have our Sharkticons. Sharkticons with 2 T's. But as you can see, they are basically just a remold, supposedly oversized version of the Titans Return Sharkticon, which I have one right here. And I don't know about you, but I honestly don't think it's really oversized at all. I think it's pretty much the exact same thing. I mean, there's a few minor differences. So like with the Titans Return one, it's just plain kind of dull color, and then you get this guy, and the first thing that stands out is they actually have the antennas like the Sharkticons had, and they have painted teeth, which are nice and shiny. The body is more of a light gunmetal gray that's shiny and nice. The tail fin is not bluish or that light blue. I mean, the paint is more, I would say, closer resembling the cartoon, which is actually quite nice. I do like that one. I mean, I don't even care that it's not even oversized. And there's a few other minor differences which I'll get into. One of them being when you open up the mouth here, you got the Titan Master leg ports right there. And when we come to these guys, ow! And the teeth are actually a lot sharper on here. So on this one, yes, the middle tooth is longer on this one than it is this one, and they are quite a bit sharper. But as we look inside, there is no Titan Master port to put a Titan Master, which is fine by me because, I mean, yeah, it looked okay to put one in the mouth, but not so much. Didn't do it too often. So, other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, the tail is the same. It's just painted differently. The fin's the same. I mean, even like it's like they just took the mold for this guy and made this guy, which is fine. I mean, this one is an okay mold. I mean, it's very blah back here, and I think they could have done a little bit differently, but the paint details are definitely an added bonus. So, I mean, we have the little bit of yellowish there. The eyes are still pretty cool. The chrome, the arms have a little bit more two-tone to them. The legs, instead of just being this gray with this pinkish on there, you got that nice, what is that, purple? I don't know, shiny. It's shiny purplish color. I'm not very good with colors. Sorry, I never graduated grade school. But yeah, so it is what it is. But you get 3 of them. So I'm wondering if maybe they just call it oversized because you get 3 of them, which is awesome. Because honestly, what better is there than, you know, instead of 1 Sharkticon, you get, you know, an army of them, because that's technically what you're supposed to have. And yes, I didn't put the antennas on this guy just so that you could actually see that they're pretty much the same thing. The one main difference is one of them is this clear plastic. I mean, it's purplish plastic that's clear, which is cool and all. I mean, yeah, so you can see his belly and you can see through it. You can see through his arm. You can see through his fin. He's got gold applications on his little tusks right here, and his eyeballs aren't that clear color. They're just, you know, painted gold, and the tail is gold. So yeah. So besides these guys, you do get some other stuff in the box. Besides the antennas, you also get guns for each one of them, and they're all pretty much the same. Well, I shouldn't say pretty much. They all are the same, except this one has gold and this one doesn't. But it is a shiny paint on the tip there. But yeah, so very nicely done. I mean, there's no overspray. There's no nothing. I mean, it is the paint application on these things are just really good for, you know, a KO toy. So, oh yeah, and my Sharkticon has a very loose leg. I have not come across that on these guys. They're like super tight, like, and I've played with this one a lot. And I think if I remember right, you've seen this one before. I think I had him in the Tripticon video, just kind of hanging out there. But yeah, so I mean, it's all like super tight, which is nice. Yeah. So all right, so size comparison. Obviously, we got him with the original, and let's see, what can I put him with? Here's a Legend class right there. So just a size comparison. I mean, we've all seen this guy, so there's really nothing new. All right, so transformation is exactly the same. So you basically just kind of pull the tail out. Like I said, everything is like super tight. So you pull the tail out, and then you can stick your fingers in his mouth, which, be careful, it's very sharp there. The top isn't so much, but that bottom one, it will get you. Here, I've just separated that. You can see the indent on my thumb, just from the teeth. So we can pull that apart, swing the legs around, swing the leg around, and then you can pull down the lower jaw. Like I said, very tight. Flip out the head, twist that around so you can actually see his face. Take his arms, and just like before, they pull out and they just kind of rock up, and at the same time you just twist that. All right, so get that unpegged, rock it up, because you can see that there, and then it just goes in. The fin, just place that up near the top, and then for the mouth area, you just flip that around just like in the original. You can move the hands around so they're down, kind of making a nice little heel spur. And then you can take these and twist them around. Now they still have that funky elbow thing going on there, but what they did do a little bit different is they made the hands movable, so that way when it's in this mode, you can actually see that it's just nice and flat, whereas on this one you got your fingers, you can see the fingers. So yeah, and then basically you just turn them around on there, and other than that, it is done. Very much so, just like the original. You can barely see his face behind his teeth. He's got a very flat back, except at his bulky legs. But yeah, so there you go. You still got the ball joints. Everything exactly the same. I mean, you can go up and down. It's all on a ball joint, so that can move. You got ball joint there. The wrists on this one will twist. All right, the legs go up that far, and they go back all the way because of transformation. So knee joint we'll move that out of the way. You can get a little bit more bend out of it that way, but because of the head being in the way, really a little bit less than 90 on the knee. And of course that's all ball joint too, so you can move it around out to about there. So yeah. As for the weapons, they are held exactly the same, except really tight. So there's his little tail piece, and we will give this guy his pistola, and that just goes right in there like so. And because of that goofy elbow, that's pretty much how he holds it, like that, or like that. You can't go straight with it, and that just looks really goofy. So get that back up there. So yeah, the head's on 360 because it's a peg. So there you go. So all of them are exactly the same. So we'll just take this guy and we will separate this. I'm going to try to be a little bit more careful because these antennae are a little bit on the fragile side. So I don't really want to put my hands anywhere near them, just to kind of keep them from breaking. So there we go, there we go. Get your fingers in here and try not to cut yourself or puncture yourself on those teeth. And then here you can actually kind of see the mechanics. So there's the screw, there's the lever, and that just kind of comes out. And if they're too tight, you can just loosen that screw up, and then that just comes up and clicks in right there. And of course you flip this around, and you flip there, and same thing here. And of course, because it's clear plastic, I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with this guy too, because we all know clear plastic is a little bit more fragile. Excuse if you can hear that, that's the dogs roughhousing. It's like two moose. I mean, seriously, we got a German Shepherd. So that guy is very loud when he runs. So all right, we got that like that, and we'll take his hand, we'll kind of put it like that, take that hand and put it like that, and there we go. And we'll give him the gold gun, and we will give him his tail, which is right here. And of course all that is done in that clear plastic. So I guess that kind of makes him the leader, since he's got the gold paint applications. So there we go. And we'll do this one, and we'll separate that, and we'll pull the tail out, pull that down just a little bit so we can get our hands in here. Come on, come on. Just kind of rock it back and forth a little bit if you need to. There we go. Get this one. Just very carefully rock it back. Oh, that one is tight. There we go. Flip that around. Flip this one around. And rotate. And that goes down, this comes up. Yeah, I'm speaking to myself as I talk. It's okay, we all do it. You can't deny it. Every single one of you has probably talked to yourselves at some point while you were doing stuff like this. So I'll get that like that like that. And we'll give him, we'll put his gun in the other hand, because he wants to be different. And then we'll put this, and yes, like every single one of these hands are painted, I think, so they're a little bit tighter. I didn't have that issue with this guy because his hands aren't painted, but the other two, their hands are painted. All right, there we go. And then just for kicks and giggles, we're gonna do him too, which I'm not gonna be as cautious because he is a Hasbro one, and Hasbro ones generally, they're pretty tough. They're meant for children, so children will be a little bit rougher. And we're gonna flip it around. Plus he's a little bit looser. His joints are looser. Come on. Yep. In. in, and there you go. So there's my Sharkticon army and my Sharkticon. So just looking at them all standing up like this, it does seem kind of like these guys are a little bit bigger. And I think that's about where the oversize comes in. Yeah, these guys are a little bit, let me straighten him out as much as I can. Huh. Well, they kind of seem like they're about the same size from this angle, but then when you look at them on a different angle, they are not. So this guy is slightly, no, I'm looking at him straight on now, and looking at him straight on, they are actually about the same size. So there is no oversized to this at all. So if you get these guys, if you're able to find them, then they will be a perfect addition to any Sharkticon army. So yeah. But yeah, so there they all are. In all honesty, if you can find these guys, I would get them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one, but these guys, even if you took this guy out, they just look really cool. I mean, they give you more of that G1 feel over this guy, even though this guy is still nice. I mean, he's got the painted eyes, and these guys have the painted eyes. They actually have more paint on these guys' eyes, and they have a lot more of the painted detail, not to mention the color itself. So yeah, if you can find them, get them. I don't even remember where I got mine. I got them so long ago. I've just been waiting to do the review on them. But so there they are. For some size comparison, well, that was a legend figure that I had them with. We will, how about we just do Blur, and then we'll do Cup, and then we'll do Hot Rod. And let's see if I can, there. So there's your size comparison. Now, this form, yeah, they could be a little bit taller, but in the other form, they kind of fit. So, all right. You know what? I forgot. They do come with instructions. And the instructions are, I'm just going to flash them across there. Just a piece of paper that way and that way. And honestly, the instructions were a little bit better with these than they were with this guy. I mean, hard to read, and these ones are full color photos of, full color photos on how to transform them, which are very nicely done. So yeah, if you find these guys, by all means pick them up. I mean, yeah, their artwork is ripping someone off and they're not happy about it, so I don't know if you can still find these guys or not, because I think these were like some of the first Mech fan toys come out. Don't quote me on that. I could very well be wrong. But I think when I first started seeing Mech fan toys, that's when I saw these guys come out. And seeing as I mentioned them, I think I will grab one other Mech fan toys guy to stick next to them so that we can have a little bit more of a size comparison. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, get these guys out of here. And here is another Mech fan toys character, which they actually measure up with him quite well. In fact, this guy, well, we all know who he is, Galvatron. I think that's how they say his name on this one, but Galvatron, yeah, he matches up with them quite well. I like that. And who better to have a little army of Sharkticons than him? So, all right. Well, there it is. My personal opinion, get them. If you can find them, get them. They're great for the collection. So, if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe and click the like. Share it with others. And stay tuned for more stuff, because I think I'm going to do this guy next. So, until next time.